Stop scamming. Welcome to the King Moolah TV podcast. Alrighty, I don't even know what that was. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Okay. This is a doozy. All right, let me get straight cut and dry. I don't like these kinds of people because they are the worst. They go after the. You know what? Let me. Before I even start, let me tell you what I'm talking about. And if you didn't get it from what I said in the beginning, it's scammers. How to deal with scammers is the premise of this episode. Okay? I can't stand it. What is a scammer, you may ask? You might ask. You don't actually know the definition. A scammer is someone who takes advantage of somebody by exploiting a weakness or using tactics to make them either give money from you or to blackmail you or whatever the case may be. That's just my definition. Let's go into New Oxford and Merriam-Webster. Let's see. New Oxford says, a person who commits fraud or participates in a dishonest scheme. Now, Now, what does Merriam-Webster say about this? Okay. One who perpetuates a scam, a person who commits or participates in a fraudulent scheme or operations. What is a scam? A scam is a fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. Okay? To deceive or defraud someone. To obtain something such as money by a scam. Okay? Let's go to the etymology of this thing because I'm fired up for this. What's going on? Hold on. What's going on? I don't get it. Okay, hold on. Wait. There you go. Okay, I'll just put it on this one. Not stammer. Okay. They don't have the etymology for scammer, so I'm just going to put scam. Okay? 1963. It's a noun, trick, ruse, swindle, cheat, and verb. To trick or swindle, participate, or perpetrate a fraud. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Perpetrate a fraud. U.S. slang, a carnival term of unknown origin. Okay, they said 1963, related to the 19th century. Related to 19th century British slang, scamp, which means cheater or swindler. Okay, so yeah, that's the etymology of it. So scamming has been happening way longer than this word scam has been used. It's just consolidated to the modern time for the past 60 years? Yeah, pretty much. Now, here's my thing. These are people who are not to be trusted. Now, how do you know when something is a scam? You know what they say, when it's too good to be true, it probably is. That thing holds so much weight. It really does. It really does. Here's ways you can avoid. Well, let me just let you know. How do you know if you're being scammed? Like I said, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. But sometimes you just don't know because it sounds like something new and it's interesting. I've been through scams before, and and a lot of the times they just make it seem interesting, and they make it seem, oh, you can make X amount of money. It's not. It don't even be a lot of money too. It don't mean like make 100,000. I'm like 100,000 just for doing this. Of course, that'll give off a lot of red flags, or it should. But when they make a small amount of money, when they reduce it to like $300, $400 a week, or a month, or 2 weeks, that doesn't sound so bad, because that's what, $800 a month to $1,600 a month, which is pretty average for the average American person, or the average American person. I'm speaking in the U.S. of A. I'm sorry, y'all, for the international folks, but that's just, you know how it is. You know how it goes. I'm U.S. based, so you got to put that into perspective for U.S. context, and then for the rest of the world, I mean, there's international scams as well, but I don't have y'all currency, so it's a bit different. So when I say $300, $400 a week, it's not 300 pounds or pesos or yen or all of the other currencies out there. It's just different. But yeah, how do you know if you're being scammed? Oh man, it's like I said, it's really, it's not that hard to tell. But they prey on the innocent and the gullible. So it's mostly people who are younger, because younger people are more impressionable. So that's why it seems. That's why they are the main target. I have now seen. I've been caught in it a few times, and it's happened. Whatever has happened in my life, I've moved on from it. But this time, let a person try to scam me, boy. Ooh, I got so much things I could do to them that, nothing crazy, nothing physical, but I'll flip the thing right back on them and have them lose out, miss out, and keeping myself safe, of course. But let them try to play me. But you don't have to. I'm just taking it to a bit of an extreme. The biggest thing you have to do is just say no. Don't talk to no strangers that try to hit you up on okay, I guess that's just it for that point. But let me just go to my last one, is what you can do to prevent being scammed. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Let me just tell you, don't listen to nobody coming up to you in a parking lot, grocery store, bank, anywhere in a parking lot where somebody's honking at you or trying to get your attention, trying to solicit something to you. Let me go with solicited. Soliciting, they say no soliciting in a lot of public grocery stores and stuff like that. And what solicit means is to ask for or try to obtain something from someone. Soliciting is basically the gateway to scamming, okay? And it's not for something legit. And it's not to say that it can't be legit, but it's just more than likely you just don't want to deal with that. If you get scammed in a legit store, you got legal grounds. But outside of that, it's really, you got to be careful. But soliciting means, in New Oxford says, to, like I already said, ask or try to obtain something from someone. Merriam-Webster. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. It's acting up. Excuse me, but let me, what is this? Okay, I don't get it. Get that off. Off. Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, maybe it was just too many tabs, and they wanted me to close one. Okay, Merriam-Webster says, to approach someone with a request or plea, to make petition, entreat, try to obtain something by usual urgent requests or pleas. But it's not usually urgent, it's just something that you're interested in. They pique your interest because they put money involved, and then it's just like, Okay, there's a lot of scams that don't really require money up front. If they require money up front from you to pay, be very skeptical. If there are people in the parking lot asking you to do this, that, and the other, and you really don't feel comfortable to, but they're kind of intimidating you, say no. Like, stand your ground. Say no. Run if you have to. I'm not saying it's going to be that extreme, but run if you have to. If you're in a parking lot, more than likely in a grocery store or something like that, you can run towards yeah, you can go to, let's say if you're at a Walmart parking lot, run inside the store or run towards the nearest security person, because there's usually security people there. Walmart gets a lot of thefts and stuff like that, so they've hired security. So you can go around them. Just keep yourself safe, okay? Because people make a living off of scamming. I'm not even talking about rich billionaires. They're more so exploiting, not really scamming. And people buy into that product because they think it's a quality product. That's a whole different thing. That's not even scamming. That's just hyper consumerism and exploitation merged together. I don't know what word you would call it. If I can make a word for it, I would. I'd create a word and then, bring it back to an episode on a different time. Okay, but let me just write that down because I like the way how that sounded. So I'm going to write that down. Hyper consumerism meets exploitation. There we go. Okay. So yeah, how to avoid it? Just if they're asking you for money up front, do not do it. If they give you money up front without really selling you anything about it or just making it seem like it's gonna be cool, refuse the money. Okay, refuse it. No matter how desperate you may feel that you are, desperation is and one thing, a lot of poor people can be desperate. So getting that money up front could help them a lot. See, if you were to get that money up front, it had to be because a person actually wants to just give it out, not without anything else or saying that they're gonna go in business with you or whatever. The nonsense is. Don't let them say anything else. If they're asking you to do this or do this for them using your bank account without even telling them that to say it, do a mobile deposit using your phone into your bank account, don't do it. For them doing using your bank to do whatever that they want to do, don't give them access to that, because that's going to give you a bad relationship with a bank. Easily. And I tell you right now, easily, that's going to give you a really bad relationship with your bank, and it could be a lot harder for you to save or keep money, keep an account because of such things, okay? So stay away from that. There's also people who make it seem like you're missing out on something. You're not missing out on anything, trust me. The only thing you're missing out on is maybe if they're telling you to invest in stocks and bonds and you don't really know much about it, still keep that red flag, because stocks and bonds are legit. You can know their stock market is real, but you gotta be aware because there's such things called pyramid schemes. And what is a pyramid scheme? I think it's related to a Ponzi scheme. Let me look it up. Ponzi scheme is a form of fraud in which the belief in the success of a non-existent enterprise is fostered by the payment of quick returns for the first investors from money invested by later investors. Sounds like a pyramid scheme too. That's from New Oxford American Dictionary. Let me just put on pyramid. Let me change the Ponzi to pyramid. And same thing, a form of investment illegal in the U.S. and elsewhere in which each paying participant recruits two further participants, with returns being given to the early participants using money contributed by later ones. Same exact thing. Ponzi and pyramid schemes, one and the same. Watch out for those. I've been a part of those as well. But I when it came to those, I didn't really get into it because I was like, you want me to do this? And I'm just like, I left one of the days. Like, they made it make it look like real business-like. And you in a classroom or something like that, they trying to teach you how to do things. They give you percentages and numbers and this, that, and the other. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all. And I've been through it, even with me and personally with family members. We've been through those types of people as well. So we really know. I know that it's trying to live up to the quote unquote American dream, which is not even a dream now. It's a nightmare and it's nonsense. especially at the election. But for some people, I mean, election really don't bother me. We've seen Donald Trump before. Okay, we know how it is. We know what America was like, and it wasn't that long ago that America was trying to cling on to the nonsense, the terrible historical ways of that they govern this nation. So yeah, so that's what to look out for. There's just a lot more I can say. It's not only just those people, it's not just people on the streets and stuff like that trying to ask you for, I mean, homeless. There are people who make homelessness a job, but that's not really something you give a homeless like a couple of dollars and you go about your merry way. That's not really something you should really worry about. Although if you don't feel like you want to give to the whatever homeless, you don't have to. But I mean, you can actually be helping real people going through a homelessness crisis. But that doesn't really fall into scamming at all, because for them, yeah, in a sense, it can be scamming, but you don't really know that because you're just giving it from your heart and you're not actually compromising your financial status or relationship with your bank or anything like that, or giving up confidential information. You're giving them a couple dollars and going up on your merry way. That's literally nothing compared to what could happen to you if your information was stolen via online. Like, let me go into the tech side of things. Phishing emails, phishing scams and fraud and all of that. When people are giving you fishy emails, telling you log into your social media profiles, and it's not from the legit social media platform. Like if they sell you to log into your Instagram, yet Instagram has not the email that was sent was not the official Instagram email for like customer support or customer notifications. Red flag. Raise those alarms right up. And, delete the email. It's always one thing they say to delete your emails. Actually, I'm going to give y'all a list. I'm going to give y'all what y'all can do. How to prevent scams. Let me get into the solutions on this. It's just what I'm saying, but let me go to wecanhelp.ca. Wecanhelp.ca. This says how to prevent scams. In general, the best way to avoid scams and scammer is to always be suspicious and never provide personal information by email or by filling out an online form. There it is. Here's a government website on how to avoid a scam. Recognizing these common signs of a scam could help you avoid one. 4 signs that it's a scam. Scammers pretend to be an organization that you know. There you go. They often pretend to be contacting you on behalf of the government. They might use a real name like FTC, Social Security Administration, IRS, or Medicare, or make up a name that sounds official. Some pretend to be from a business you know, like a utility company, a tech company, or even a charity asking for donations. They use technology to change the phone number that appears on your caller ID, so the name and number you see might not be real. All right, number 2, scammers say there's a problem or a prize. They say you're in trouble with the government, or you owe money, or someone in your family had an emergency, or there's a virus on your computer. Some scammers say there's a problem in one of your accounts and you need to verify some information. Ooh, that's a very important one. That's the one that could jeopardize your relationship with a bank that you bank with. Others will lie and say you won money in a lottery or sweepstakes, but have to pay a fee to get it. There's that. You have to pay a fee to get to win a lottery or sweepstakes. I don't know, there's one on the radio, and you got to be wary of the ones on the radio too, because they're promoting a lot of nonsense to where I'm just like, is this not fake? Because I typed it in on the radio and they're literally running ads of scams. And I was so confused. Like, the radio's supposed to be legit, but it seems like a lot of people don't care anymore. I mean, a lot of people don't listen to the radio, but a lot of people still do. So it's really a thing. So yeah, you got to look out for that. Here's the third one. Scammers pressure you to act immediately. This is what I was saying earlier. Scammers want you to act before you have time to think. If you're on the phone, they might tell you not to hang up so you can't check out their story. They might threaten to arrest you, sue you, take away your driver's or business license, or deport you. They might say your computer is about to be corrupted. That's more so online and stuff like that. If you're on the phone and you're online worried about something, there's that. Number 4, scammers tell you to pay in a specific way. They often insist that you only pay using cryptocurrency, wiring money through a company like MoneyGram or Western Union, using a payment app, or putting money on a gift card and then giving them the numbers on the back of the card. I know that all too well. The gift card thing, yeah, I can say I've seen that happen. I've had to experience that scam, and it was annoying. Granted, I didn't have no money, but still, being a part of that, it could jeopardize your relationship with the bank. Some will send you a check that will later turn out to be fake, then tell you to deposit it and send them money. That's how the whole gift card scamming or a check balance thing works. Do not give out personal information to these people that you've never met. If you've never met them in your life, when it comes to online people and they got your phone number and stuff like that, do not give them your personal residence or anything like that. Don't give them your name or anything. Don't let them have the benefit of none of that. Don't give them the benefit of none of that. It is a scam, and it is too good to be true. It makes no sense for you to be, I used to think secret shoppers were still a thing. It seems like it's not nowadays, or they just hire their own management to do the shopping for them, or just the manager comes in and people know and then how to operate a thing. But secret shopper is not really a thing, and some people are still holding on to that old, outdated, some scammers have gotten a hold of that and started to make a thing about it, try to make it as legit as possible to avoid suspicion. That's getting to the mind of a scammer. Okay, how to avoid a scam. Block unwanted calls and text messages. Take steps to block unwanted calls and to filter unwanted text messages. Okay, learn how to do that. Whatever phone you got, Apple, Android, whatever other phone outside of those two big, Android is not just a company. It's more like a, operating system? Yeah, it's an operating system. And Apple or any phone under Android, Windows or whatever, Google, whatever. Don't give your personal and financial information in response to a request that you didn't expect. Honest organizations won't call, email, or text to ask for your personal information like your social security, bank account, or credit card numbers. If you get an email or text message from a company you do business with and you think it's real, it's still best not to click on any links. Instead, contact them using a website you know is trustworthy, or look up their phone number. Don't call a number that gave you, or don't call a number they gave you, or the number from your caller ID. Resist the pressure to act immediately. Honest businesses will give you time to make a decision. Anyone who pressures you to pay or give them your personal information is a scammer. Know how scammers tell you to pay. Never pay someone who insists that you can only pay with cryptocurrency, a wire transfer service like Western Union or MoneyGram, a payment app, or a gift card, and never deposit a check and send money back to someone. Stop and talk to someone you trust. Before you do anything else, tell someone, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, what happened. Talking about it could help you realize it's a scam. You can also talk to a bank teller, and they got pamphlets and stuff on how to avoid scams, and making sure that if you really need to go over that and repeat it to yourself, or tell your family members that they need to repeat it to themselves, or have it on your wall, or have it as a giant rule for you guys to not get scammed, do that. I think it's very important how to help yourselves not get scammed, okay? And a payment app is, any payment app could be. The mobile payment apps, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever, Zelle, all of these are just tools, but some people like to use these tools in the wrong ways, like scamming, for once. So, You can report scams to the FTC. If you were scammed or think you saw a scam, tell the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. That's reportfraud.ftc.gov. Reportfraud.ftc.gov. Okay? So that is what you should be thinking about avoiding. How to avoid a scam. Very, very important. All the information that I gave you. Please be safe out there. It is easy to avoid a scam, but don't let your desperation, and I truly mean it for people who are feeling desperate, who feel like they don't have any other way, there is always another option. You can do so much better than to fall for the tricks of somebody who's just willing to take advantage of you. Now, in the more extreme situations, it's not more so a scam, that's more so theft and robbery. If they're using threatening measures towards you, that could harm you or anybody else that's around you in that situation, that is not a scam per se. That is robbery. That is theft. And that needs to be reported to the local authorities wherever you're at. Just make it out there safe and just make sure that you're doing right by yourself and making sure that you don't get caught into a financial struggle because of getting scammed by somebody. Okay? And also, try to get a credit card. Do not max it out. Do not use it for little bits of things, connected to little bits of things. So like there's things called data leaks to where data and your information is out there in the white web, to where hackers and scammers and stuff like that, scammers that could be hackers, get a hold of this information and could use that money from wherever it's at. Now, when it's on a credit card, you don't lose out on that money. It gets repaid because it is money you're essentially borrowing. So it's not money that you've earned through your job or anything like that. That is just money that you've set up to borrow from your bank or wherever, your financial lender. Okay, so that is very, very important, you guys, to make sure that you're paying attention to something like paying attention to the signs of who's scamming you and who's not, and making sure you're going to a legitimate business, a legitimate person, making sure that they're not trying to get over on you or take advantage of you or see that you're desperate and vulnerable and trying to get, like I said, take advantage. I get it. I know what being desperate feels like. When you have financial struggles and you got bills to pay and you really want to make the best out of life, but you make a bad decision and that could make life even harder. So you really got to stand on your toes, even if you're in the most rugged position, the most difficult position that you feel that it's hard to come back from. Let me just tell you, you can come back from it. Just stand on something. Stand on what you believe and make sure that you understand if it's too good to be true, then it probably is, and that you keep yourself safe and you keep your financial and your personal information safe and off the web. I'm going to probably have an episode about how to get your information off the web. So these data centers and stuff like that aren't farming you for your information, and you aren't willingly giving up information. I'm just a private person, so I feel like people who are private like me but don't really know how to do things, I'm gonna give y'all the information to keep y'all information safe from these from random online searches and just it's a war out here. So you got to know the best ways to get things done. All right, y'all. So that is I think that's everything I felt like I could say about this. It can come up every once and again, but I think I packed enough information in there for you guys to really be on point with it and to really start implementing it in your household. So in yourself, in your daily life, your household, and to your kids or whoever else that may be listening to this, or you recommend it to a friend, a family member, a coworker, a business, whoever. Yeah, so, drink some water. I'm going to need to drink some water after this. I went in. Drink some water. Get some sunshine. Like I said, if you don't got no sunshine right now, if it's raining or something like that, pouring, or it's just overcast, just wait until the sun comes out if possible. If it's check your local weather and stuff like that. But the big thing that you can do, be kind to people. It takes 0 cents to do that. It don't cost you no money to be kind to people. You can be kind online. You can be kind in person, okay? Be kind to yourself. That's important as well. All right? Y'all take care. Have a lovely, it's Saturday right now, so I'm going to say have a lovely weekend. And also, this is going to come out on the weekend, too. So, yeah, have a lovely weekend. All right? Yeah, so I'm King Moolah TV Podcast, y'all. I'm out of here. Doozy.